Test, test. Yeah. Good morning. Oh, that was so bad. You can do so much better than that. Good morning. See, you get a little hash browns in you, and then you got that in you. I'm impressed. Good morning, everybody. My name is Pete Turok. I'm president of the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. Well, as of this morning, I still am. Maybe not next week, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But welcome to a celebration that is not me. It's about the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. On October 1st, we had a birthday. It's the 73rd year of the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. Yeah, that says something. Anoka Area Chamber is one of the oldest chambers, started back in 1952, and one of the largest chambers, over 550 members. And it has a proud tradition that I've been lucky enough to be a part of. And that's big. That's big. And we got some people here. So when this first came up, we always have an annual meeting and we always have a speaker. And I will never forget, and Tim, her husband, probably knows, when Tammy told me to stop talking. This was about 4 months ago when we started to plan the annual meeting, and usually there's a speaker, and I said, look, I don't know what you want to do. I would prefer you do a speaker, and I lost. So apparently we're going to talk about me a little bit, which makes me extremely uncomfortable. But we're going to do that. But there's so much more to do because this is a celebration of chamber. We've got hardware. There's a whole bunch of stuff under this podium. And there are people that we're going to honor today. There are businesses that we're going to honor today. And so let's get into it. We have meeting sponsors. They help make today happen. You can see who they are on your tables, but I want to introduce those people. Our meeting sponsors are Anoka Dental. Robin and the crew are here. Robin, thank you so much. Connexus Energy, Brian Brandt, Carrie, there they are. Thank you. Connexus is such a huge supporter of Chamber in everything, and we so appreciate it. Don and his lovely bride, Janine, are here from Inky Elf. Where is Don? There they are. Wow. We put baby back in the corner. All right, a few people got that. Claudia didn't. It was a Patrick Swayze. Anyway, we're moving on. And last but not least, the crew from Oakwood Insurance Agency and Alex Song, specifically Alex, Bruce, Darlene, thank you for your sponsorship. We got some dignitaries in the crowd, and I'm gonna miss people, and so you can complain and they can fire me, and what do I care, because I'm pretty much done. But we do have Coon Rapids Mayor Jerry Cook is in the house. Jerry, thank you so much for being you and everything that the city has done for Chamber. We so appreciate it. Anoka County Board Chair Mike Gamache is somewhere here in the house. I saw him. There he is. Mike, thank you so much. He and I go way back to the Andover days, which was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And we are here also, Senator Jim Abler in the house. Jim, where are you? Over there. We have Jim Dickinson, Anoka County Administrator. We have Scott Schulte here. We have Rhonda. We have people here from Anoka County. And that all of you, we have numerous council members here. God bless all of you, because it ain't easy, is it? Trust me, I know, because we get hit with it too. And especially in today's climate, it's not easy, but you've stepped up for your communities, for your county. And seriously, God bless everything that you're doing, and just hang in there. And I got a 5% rule, man. I've been living with the 5% rule all my life. Somebody's going to bitch about something, all right? No matter what you do, no matter what event you have, somebody's going to complain. That's just the nature of the beast. And if it's under 5%, you listen to them and say, thank you for those comments. We so appreciate that. And then you flip it over the back and you keep moving on. If it's over 5%, you have a discussion, okay? And Nikki's learning that real quick, and you're going to meet her very soon. She is the new president of the Chamber of Commerce. But seriously, to all of you, thank you for what you're doing as you try to make things right. Table sponsors. They make the event, and we got a whole bunch of them. So I'm going to run through these really quick, and then we'll give them a round of applause at the end. 21st Century Bank, ABC Newspapers, ECM APG, Ace Solid Waste, Anoka Dental, Anoka Technical College, Anoka Ramsey Community College, Bolt Law Firm, Bolton and Mank Inc., CMDC Business Financing, City of Anoka Enterprise, City of Coon Rapids, City of Ramsey, Connexus Energy, Federal Ammunition, Hawkinson Anderson, Oakwood Insurance Agency, QCTV, and Zion Lutheran Church. Would you give all of those people a round of applause? So we just wrapped up year 72, and as Frank would say, it was a very good year. And you're going to hear about that right now from outgoing chairperson Darlene Song from Oakwood Insurance Agency.
So welcome, everybody. We're happy to have you here, and it's been an honor to serve as the chair. I have notes because I promised Pete that I'd stay on schedule, and it's kind of hard if you don't take notes. So I started my year with Chamber Director Board Planning Committee. In September of 24, the board put together a great plan of action for the year. One of the things that the memberships asked for was networking opportunities, and during the past year, the Chamber has offered many networking opportunities, everything from AM Connection meetings to the mixed business after hours, and a new one that we held this last month. We had our multi-chamber networking meeting, and if anybody missed it, you better sign up next year. That was fabulous. It went really well. During the past year as chairperson, the chamber has made a major upgrade to our Chamber Visitors Guide magazine. Hopefully everyone in here got a copy and saw that. If not, stop by the chamber office. I'm sure Pete still has a few. We also upgraded the website, which now features enhanced membership directory and online registrations and payment options. So when you want to come to these events, you can go online and pay that way. And the Chamber has also upgraded our member processing program. This will help with better efficiency. They had 2 successful fundraising events this past year with a lot of volunteers that we couldn't have done it without. The gala last February and the golf tournament this past July. Both were well attended, and the membership with participation, sponsorship, and other opportunities. And the donations were amazing. During the past year, the Chamber continued to do the job, which is to promote our members and our region. Lastly, the Chamber board members did something that no other chamber board has done in over 38 years, and that was we took on the responsibility of hiring a new president. The board hiring committee did a thorough job from start to finish, and the hire was made. It was not an easy decision, but we are certain we made a successful decision. I'd like to thank the fellow chamber board members for their work during this past year and keep the membership on steady course. We couldn't have done it if we didn't work as a team. I'd also like to thank the chamber membership for their commitment and support to the organization. And I'll close by saying the chamber is in great shape. We are financially sound and have a strong membership with over 550 members. So thank you for all of that. And it's always bittersweet to say goodbye to the board members that are leaving us. So I'd like to announce their names and invite them up. Rod Schimmel with Weichert Realty. Well, these aren't in order. Give me a minute. Thank you, Rod. So I'll just go by the order they came out. Mike Fisher. Liz McFarland.
Sophie.
Hello. Okay, Tony Sofio, Village Bank. Thank you.
Check.
And last but not least, Deb Wheely. One more thing to go, and I am officially done. I would like to invite up Tammy Wentz. A lot of you may remember her from her past year as chair of the board, and we are lucky to have her back. It's always a pleasure to serve with Tammy. I'm passing this, my last duty for the year. So I'm going to turn this over to you, and I'm going to step down. Thank you, Tammy. You might want to.
And Darlene?
Nothing's shorter, Tammy.
We gotta find this.
I can step
Where's-
down and get it.
Where is it? We have a thank you here for Darlene, if we can find it. I think this might be it right here. We found it. Right, Darlene, in recognition of your outstanding service and leadership as chairperson of the Board of Directors of the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce, we say thank you.
Thank you.
So as some folks are leaving us and moving on to their next adventures, we've had some new folks that will be joining us. So I'd like to introduce this year's Board of Directors. And I'll ask you to please stand as you're announced. Kent Hansen from Anoka Technical College and Anoka Ramsey Community College, who is not here today, I believe. And Liz Cook from the Mad Hatter. Derek Soplin from Granite Bank. Dave Wiggins, Ace Solid Waste. Up back here and there. Scott Weininger from Sunbelt Business Advisors. And Joan Wood from 21st Century Bank. All right, she's back there. And our officers this year are Robert Anderson from Anoka Dental. Our treasurer, Alex Sohn from Oakwood Insurance. And our vice chair, which I saw her just come in, Nicole Bauer from BMO Bank. Pay attention, Nicole. This is you next year. All right. I'd also like to talk a little bit about what's ahead. I'm honored to serve as chair this year, and I'm excited for what does lie ahead. As we begin this new year, I want to acknowledge something that we're all feeling. This will be a year of change. Some of it we can see coming. Some of it will unfold as we go. That's the nature of the world that we live and work in right now. It's dynamic, it's unpredictable, it's constantly evolving. Well, none of us can say for certain what the economic landscape will look like in the months ahead. One thing is clear. The Anoka Area Chamber is ready. We're ready to adapt. We're ready to lead. We're ready to support the businesses and communities that make our region strong. We also mark the beginning of a brand new chapter in the Chamber story as we welcome Nikki Kelvin as our new Chamber President. Leadership transitions bring with them a mix of excitement, possibility, and yes, a period of adjustment. That's natural. What's most important as we move through this time together with patience, partnership, and a shared sense of purpose. Nikki brings us fresh ideas, new energy, a strong commitment to the Chamber's mission. And as your board, we're here to support her, to guide her, and to help unlock the creativity and innovation that she's going to bring to this chamber. Together, we'll blend the best of what has made this chamber successful with the new approaches that will keep us relevant and responsive to our members' needs. Now, in a typical year, our board planning retreat would have already happened, and I'd be up here telling you about what's ahead for the year. But with so many things in life, we've had to adjust our schedule. That planning meeting will take place next week. And from that meeting, we'll shape a clear set of priorities and actions for the coming year. But as we finalize those plans, you can be confident that our focus will remain steady. We'll continue to advocate for your businesses, ensuring that your voices are heard in the conversations that matter most, that we create opportunities for you to connect with one another, with partners, and with the community, and to serve as a resource that you can count on for information, for support, and for solutions that will help you thrive. This chamber has a proud history of resilience and leadership. Through economic shifts, community changes, and periods of uncertainty, we've stayed grounded in our mission to strengthen our local community by building relationships, promoting business, and bringing energy to communities. As we step into this new season with new leadership, new ideas, and new opportunities, we do so with confidence in who we are and what we stand for. We know that change can be healthy. It brings fresh perspective, new energy, and the chance to reimagine what's possible. So as we begin our journey together, I want to say thank you to our members, our partners, and our community for the trust you place in us. And to my fellow board members, thank you for your dedication, your insight, and your willingness to lead through times of change. Together, we'll navigate the changes, embrace the opportunities, and continue to build a chamber and a region where businesses thrive. As we look ahead with optimism, it's also important to pause and recognize the shoulders we stand on. The strength of this chamber and its reputation, its relationships, and its impacts didn't happen by accident. It was built over many years by dedicated leaders who cared deeply about this community and its businesses. One of those leaders has guided this chamber with steady hands, sharp insight, and a heart for service for nearly 4 decades. His leadership shaped who we are and what we've become. In a few minutes, we'll take a moment to reflect on his journey and see how he's managed through so much change and growth. But for right now, we'll recognize some of the many other people who have contributed to our success this year. Pete?
Couple things, some house cleaning stuff. My apologies for, we call him Creepy Pete. I did not have that made. Darlene Song had that made. And it came into the office last summer, and Darlene wanted it in the front office, and I said, well, that's up to Tammy. Within an hour, she says, you got to get that thing the hell out of here. Because apparently the move as you walk. So then we threw it back in the meeting room, and many of you know him, many of you don't, but I get in there early, so it's dark. Scared the hell out of me so many times, like somebody's here. So anyway, and I will be taking that home. I'm not leaving that for any of you to do things to. I'm thinking that's going to work really well with that granddaughter of mine going, don't be screwing with me. So again, my apologies. Also, as you leave, where's Alex from Chick-fil-A? There he is. Alex and his team are so wonderful, and they're all going to give you something. So you get a chicken sandwich, you get stuff. So grab one of these cards as you leave. Now, he is up for Business of the Year. The voting's already done, so he's not trying to buy any votes. He just does. He reaches out and goes, Pete, what do you guys got going? We'd like to give cards. That is so nice. So thank you for that. Make sure you grab. We have a saying around here, and in fact, I saw it on one of these things. Free is good. So when it comes your way, take it. So grab one on your way out. All right. We have a group called the Chamber Ambassadors. They are the best of our best. They represent the Chamber at ribbon cuttings and other functions. And we are about to award the Ambassador of the Year. But first, I want you to meet some of the folks that are ambassadors that are here. I'm going to crank through these things. You will applaud at the end because that's what you do. But we'll go through it real quick. So ambassadors, when I say your name, please stand up and remain standing. Nicole Bauer, BMO Ramsey, Cindy Brooking, ABC Newspapers, Sue Ekman, The Homestead at Anoka, Mike Fisher, Premier Commercial Properties, Karen George, QCTV, Liz Cook, The Mad Hatter Restaurant and Tea House, Tim Cook, Dutiful Husband, and do of anything that Liz says. Rodney Schimmel from Weikert Realtors Integrity, Alex Song, Oakwood Insurance Agency, Darlene Song, Oakwood Insurance Agency, Bruce Song, Oakwood Insurance Agency, Derek Salplin from Granite Bank, Tammy Went, Lexica Communications, Deb Wheelie, Impact Accounting. Would you give those people a round of applause? Thank you. All right, Ambassador of the Year. It's a hard one because so many people are deserving, but it is time to award that. All of our ambassadors are deserving. One stepped out, though, from the crowd and is deserving of this award. This individual makes pretty much every ribbon cutting the Chamber does. This person is constantly promoting not yet member businesses to join. This person steps up when the Chamber needs help. This person is one of the Chamber's best, and is this year's Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce Ambassador of the Year, and he happens to reside right upstairs from the Chamber. His name is Rod Schimmel from Weikert Realtors Integrity. You bet. And by the way, I'm going to say this once, and then I'm going to say it again. What? Oh, that check. Yeah, we'll do that. I'm old. And I am old. Yeah, we'll get to that. Thank you, though. See, that's why Flagar gets the big bucks. Well, that's, anyway. She and I both know better. Anyway, Rod, congratulations. Well deserved on that. And by the way, what I wanted to say is that if you get hardware today, don't you go until we get a picture. So, Nikki, make sure at the end that you don't leave. We want to get a picture of you so that we can highlight you and promote you. With that said, we're getting a check, and checks are good. Chamber has been connected with Jim Steffen from Trotbrook Financial since, I believe, Trotbrook Financial has been the mayor from Ramsey is here. Just saw you pop in. But Jim has been a part of the Chamber board. He is a past chair of the board of directors. We have a scholarship program. It's called the Ann Talley Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce Scholarship Program. Gives scholarship monies to area high school seniors that are graduating. We have scholarships that also go to Anoka Technical College and Anoka Ramsey Community College. And each year there's a bash, and you're going to hear a little bit about it. I want to introduce Jim Steffen from Trotbrook Financial. And Jim, oh, yeah, duh, I told you to sit there. He's right here.
Thank you, Pete. 21 years ago, I threw a birthday party for my wife, and it was up at the Rum River Central Regional Park. We had a band, we had a barbecue, we had a good time, and when it was all done, we said, we should really do this again next year, and perhaps we do it for a cause, and maybe we make it into a fundraiser. But what would that cause be? We didn't know at the time. As Pete said, I was on the board here at the Chamber, and we had just tragically lost Ann Talley at about that same time, and the board decided to name the scholarship fund in her name, so it has been since then the Ann Talley Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce Scholarship Fund. I'm a financial advisor, so I do a lot of college funding for clients. I had a 2- and a 4-year-old at home myself at the time, so we had just set up their college funds. 21 years has passed, and now my 2-year-old is here with me today. Tommy Steffen. So that's exactly what we did. The next year, we hosted our first annual Trotbrook Benefit Bash. We had a couple of sponsors, not many. We raised $2,000, and for the first time, I presented that check to Pete, and we kept doing it. So for the past 21 years, we've continued to host the Trotbrook Benefit Bash. It's gotten bigger over that time. Many of you in the room, many of the businesses here have helped us sponsor that. And that's how we raise our money. And over those 21 years, we've raised $335,000, and all of it has gone to help kids get through school. And as Pete said, we now give half of those funds to the Tech College and the other half here to the Chamber. So, Pete, I think in those 21 years, you've missed one, maybe two, one. So I could always count on you to be there, to represent the Chamber, and to say a few words on the behalf of the scholarship fund. So today I want to, for the 21st time and the last time, present you a check for the proceeds from this past benefit bash in the amount of $12,800, and the chamber will not be the same without you. There you go.
Thank you. He is the definition of chamber rock stars. So appreciate the money, and it goes to kids. And we connect with kids a lot. It's important that they understand business. And I tell these seniors when I'm talking to them, they don't know what a buck means. You don't know what a buck means until mom and dad aren't there to give it to you. And you're in college and you find out that, my God, I could get it. Well, you used to be able to get a cheeseburger with it, but it's $1,000, and $1,000 matters. And you've given away a lot of $1,000, and we so appreciate you. And I know Tommy's now in play. Let's pass that baton and keep it going. Thank you. Thank you for all the years, man. Yeah. And I'm just going to give that to Tammy Flygar because they don't like me touching money. So we will keep that going. All right, President's Award for Outstanding Volunteerism. My lovely bride, Brenda, numerous years ago said, you should do that. And I, being the intelligent male, said, why, yes, dear, I should. And so I have. So we've got a long tradition of this, of people who have, over the years, just stepped up. This person is involved in many different chamber activities throughout the year and has gone above and beyond the call of duty, and wait till you find out what, because this is a first. This person has stepped up, given to the chamber whenever needed, and a lot of that dealt with this person's talents being given freely, many times without even being asked, and it's so true. This is the part. This can also mean literally sitting on a pile of garbage in a large container for the chamber. And you're, what? All right. So bottom line is that sometimes you got to knock that garbage down because you got more that's got to go in, and the only way to do that, apparently, is to sit on it and smash it down. And this person has done that for the chamber many times. This is at Anoka Riverfest. A lot of garbage produced at Anoka Riverfest. This person has always answered the call for help that this organization needs, which includes a term as a member of the board of directors. So many that give time, and it is hard to pick one winner, but man, when you're going home smelling, you deserve to be the President's Award, and especially for my last one. This year's President's Award winner for Outstanding Volunteerism for 2025 year goes to Liz McFarland from Anoka Clothing Company. There she is. And you smell so good. Well, Riverfest was in July, so thank you, seriously, for everything. So well deserved. She is the owner of Anoka Clothing Company in Anoka. All right, next up, Business of the Year Awards. We do 3 of them. We do retail, service, and manufacturing. So staff's job is to present a bunch of options for people that have stepped up above and beyond for the year in those categories. We throw that out to the Chamber Board of Directors. They discuss. They come up with 3 finalists. And we throw it out to the membership. Kind of at the same time we do the membership survey. This is what kills me. So I throw the survey out, right? We've knocked that down to 2 pages. It's not like it's War and Peace and people hate doing it. And we get 10%, which is great. So we get 60 or so that will fill that out, and the board will be looking at that next Tuesday as we're planning the year. I throw that Business of the Year out there, and we go from 60 to about 400 of you that vote. Now, number one, it's easy. Click, 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 but still 400 people, which tells me that people are into it. All right, we're going to start with Retail Business of the Year. They are Chick-fil-A, Coon Rapids and Blaine, Dan Gould Jewelers in Anoka, and Simonson Salon and Spa in Coon Rapids, multiple locations with them. All 3 of these players give so much to the chamber on a consistent basis. And they all should win, but you guys picked one, and it is Dan Gould Jewelers. There you go, man. Congrats. And again, if you're getting hardware, we want pictures. And hey, if I fall off this thing, Kevin, just come he's picked me up a lot. All right, next, finalist for Service Business of the Year, Bolton and Mank, Inc., Insurance Brokers of Minnesota, Gary Sorensen Agency, and Quad Cities Community Television voted, and the winner is Quad City Community Television. She's so excited. She faced, well, first I got the email going, can the public vote? No, the public cannot vote. But she asked, she didn't throw it up on Facebook going, vote for us at this website. So it was legit. And she's a rock star. All right, last but not least, 3 finalists for Manufacturing Business of the Year. Federal Ammunition, Lexington Manufacturing, and Modern Manufacturing and Engineering. And the winner is Federal Ammunition. All right. I think we're down to Hall of Fame. A few years ago, we, as a board of directors, thought, you know what, we should celebrate the long tradition of this place, and they should, and they did, and we started a Hall of Fame. We have 1 inductee in this year's class for the Hall of Fame, and I am going to tell you who that is right now. Darlene Song, Oakwood Insurance Agency. Stay, give me a second, because I want to talk about you. Darlene is a 2-time member of the Chamber's Board of Directors, serving from 2020 to 2022, and then again 2024. And as you know, she just wrapped up her year as chair, and she will be serving 1 more year as past chair. She cares about this place. She is a constant ambassador. If you're not a member and she finds out, you will be a member. That's all I'm going to say. Haley's being so good. That's my granddaughter right down here. She knows the voice. And she's going to learn about creepy people. Anyway, Darlene, let's get back on Darlene. Darlene has served as committee chair for the gala fundraiser, for the golf tournament fundraiser for numerous years, and she's helped those events set numerous records. And what we have learned as staff and committee members is that we have to beat the last year by $1. She'd like it to be more than $1, but you got to beat it by $1, and we really have. Darlene gives freely of her time as an ambassador, as just a promoter of Chamber. She's also so deserving of this award. So welcome Darlene Song to the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce Hall of Fame. Yeah, okay. It's that tribute part. What are we doing? Are we getting rid of this? Okay, so if you have to go to the bathroom or if you want a cup of coffee, we're going to move this out of here, and those screens are going to go up, and then Tammy Went and I are going to chat. Okay, so give us 2 minutes. You can help? Say yes.
Yeah, yeah, you come on.
One. What? Okay, I think we're ready. If you guys want to take your seats again.
All right. Are you ready? Because the sooner we start, the sooner we can leave.
Oh, that worked really well. All right, this is the time we wanted. I mean, how can you go a 38 career and not take time to reflect on what Pete has done and the journey and to find out how the heck he did it? But before we get started with a conversation with Pete, we've got a little video we'd like to share with some comments that some folks have made about Pete and what they think about him.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce report. I'm Pete Turok, president of the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. Pete Turok, president.
It's still the PowerPoint, Ryan. There we go.
Hello,
All right,
everybody, and
here we
welcome
go.
to the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce report. I'm Pete Turok, president of the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. Pete Turok, president of the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. Hi, I'm Pete Turok, president of the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce report. I'm Pete Turok, president of the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. Pete Turok, president of the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. Hi, I'm Pete Turok, president of the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce report. I'm Pete Turok, president of the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. Pete Turok, president of the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. Hi, I'm Pete Turok, president of the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce.
Pete's a legend.
Cheerful and warm.
Unfailingly positive.
So welcoming. He is positive and he is fun.
Organized and dependable.
Oh, he's funny. He always says, heck yeah, let's do something. He's what we call a true rock star.
My first impression of Pete is infectious.
He's always, very, very personable in his greeting, and he's also very gracious.
He knows the right questions to ask to make you feel comfortable in having a conversation with him.
He's tireless. He's always thinking of something, thinking of a new way to promote something.
Can talk to anybody, no matter if it's a farmer down the street or a bank president. He just gets into that groove.
I've never, ever seen him in a negative mood.
What an outgoing, fun-loving guy who never meets a stranger.
He has a way of warming people up and making them feel comfortable and making them feel important.
I truly believe he just always knows what he's doing, has a plan, a contingency for any possibility that might happen, that he's just so prepared for everything that he walks into.
His energy, passion, just dedication to the organization
the city of Anoka and all the cities that he represents.
I love garbage, and I'm not really sure how it happened, but they had a position available on Riverfest. And here's another key point on Pete. He really used his resources well, and he approached me and just said kind of like, we have this garbage opening, would you ever consider helping? And I was like, yes, I would love it.
He knows everybody in town.
Pete is a man who dedicated nearly 40 years to serving the greater Anoka area, and he truly cares about the community, and every day he showed up so that we could have a thriving community because of him.
Pete, from everybody that I served on the board with, congratulations. You've earned retirement. Go down to spring training and enjoy it.
Pete, you don't retire. Your legacy needs to continue. We need more Pete Turoks. We need to clone more Pete Turoks because you're one in a million.
You are the chamber. You've been the chamber for as long as I've been around. I can't tell you how much your support of me has meant to me and my business growth.
And I hope he has a wonderful retirement, enjoying his grandchildren. So, good luck, Pete.
Hey, Pete, you made it. You know, the golden years, you know, leaving all of us behind. Like, what are we supposed to do? What are we going to do without Pete?
I really hope you have the opportunity to do some of the things that you really enjoy. You have left a great legacy.
You know that no matter where you go, whatever you do, we're always there for you, and all you have to do is ask. I wish you all the best and enjoy this time as much as you can.
Congratulations, Pete. Well, the day's finally come. Honestly, I have not figured out how I am going to keep this ship afloat without you. I have kept your calendar and your coffee cup full for nearly 25 years. Oh wait, that's right. You made the coffee every day. I'm going to miss that. We have sailed through our share of gala, golf, and Riverfest planning adventures over the years, trekking those dreaded dungeon stairs and comparing those step counts. You've made all of them fun, even amongst the stress of it all. Now, you are off to play dates with the grandkids and movies and nights at the fire with Brenda. It has been an honor. Your leadership, integrity, and kindness are just a few of the many traits that will live in your legacy. Pete, as the skipper, you are now taking your ship to sailing to new waters, while I, Marianne, will stay on the island. Bon voyage, Captain.
Damn.
I told him he should watch that before today. I want to thank Winter Kuharski and the QCTV team for helping us put that together, and all those that participated and stopped by and shared their thoughts. And to those of you who sent in thoughts, we shared them on the slide link here. So please take a look at those too. We'll share those with Pete and Brenda. This one's still not working. Okay, I guess we're sharing a mic. Okay. I'll put this one down. That means we have to sit closer. All right. Well, let's start from the beginning. You're an Anoka kid, as am I. In fact, we discovered not too long ago we actually grew up like 2 blocks from each other. So what does Anoka mean to you?
It's home. And it's not just Anoka, it's the region. Brenda and I bought a house in Champlin 40 years ago, raised our kids there, and I grew up down by the high school. So it's home. And to have the opportunity to do this, was phenomenal. So I graduated in Anoka, went to Brown College for broadcasting. I was going to be the next Al Michaels and got into radio. I was the afternoon drive guy at KLTZ Radio in Glasgow, Montana. There's like 4 cows and a couple of chickens that are actually driving at that time, but we were the voice of Valley County, home of the Glasgow Scotties. And what I didn't realize at the time when I went out there is that I was going to meet Brenda. And as we started to get serious, and it was a great time out there, I was a sports guy. And I said, you know, the people out here are great, and I love it, but I'm not going to stay. And she immediately came back with, please take me with you. And I did. And then we ended up back in Anoka, and I was working at Kano Radio and K-Twin FM, which is now Cool 108. And in just the weirdest way, found out that the chamber job was open, and I was the 91st and last person to apply, by the way. Marilyn Halsey is the president prior to me. She was there for 18 years, and she used to come up once a month. We do a little chamber chat. She said this is her last one, and Brenda liked the region. I love the region, and so I was seriously the 91st person to apply and got it, and so I was home. So now what do? You go out and you bust it for the region, and it was easy to do. You people are likable. And who doesn't want to set up shop in Ramsey or in Coon Rapids or Andover or any of our communities? And so it was easy to push.
All right. So at what point in your career did you know that you were in the right place?
I don't know if I'm still in the right place. So, I mean, seriously, I don't know. It was a fit. Obviously, there's just a little bit of salesman in me. If you've met me, you probably might know it. But again, to be able to pitch what you love and the area you love, it's never felt like a job. And here's the other part, and I don't really get all this Virgo of, Pisces stuff, but my wife said that, well, you're a Virgo, and Virgo's like things like in order. I'm a Virgo. I'm aware of the 40 balls that are in the air. I know the 4 that are about to hit the ground, but I'm also aware of the 4 that are on top of that pile. And so I strived on that, I think. And that's when none of that stuff intimidated me. And your mothers, I said yes to everything. If somebody said, hey, we should try this, Karen George is right, heck yes, let's do it. Everything that we have done is not gold, and if it sucked, you threw it out and you tried something else. But I was never afraid to say yes until your mother goes, you're doing way too much. She was chair of the board of directors, Hall of Fame member, by the way, Bonnie. She is also a Hall of Fame member. And so she gave me this postcard, which I gave to Nikki within the last week. On one side, it says no. And then as people keep asking you to do stuff and the same thing, you flip it around and it says no. Because it takes twice. The problem is that sometimes it turned it the wrong way and it said on, and then you end up doing it. But I didn't care. It's like, let's go. Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. Right, Karen? So the role of the president for a chamber that represents 8 cities is a pretty big one. There's so much to do and keep track of, and I'll bet that how many people in this room got an email from Pete, timestamp 5:30 a.m.? Yes, right. So what has kept you so motivated over the course of 4 decades?
Say that again. I was, yeah.
What is the square root of, no. What has kept you motivated over the course of your career?
A paycheck. I like to get paid, and we've got bills, man. We got bills. That is such a good question about what. And the paychecks were nice. They were. But that wasn't it. I truly love the job. God, seriously, it's that simple. And here's the deal. And I mentioned it earlier, one of the largest chambers, one of the oldest chambers, and it's a regional chamber. And man, it's a lot. And I'm not trying to scare you, Nikki, because you ain't going anywhere. It's a lot, but you have to, there's so much to do, and it's constant. And so the motivation is there's stuff to finish, there's stuff to start, and then finish, and then there's more stuff to start besides the stuff that you just started, and then you got to start the other ones, and then you start the next one, and you just go. And so, hence the early morning stuff. I mean, number one, I'm old. So, two, the kids are out of the house, and they're producing their own little humans. So I get up early, man, and that goes back to the radio days where you're up at 3:30, you're at the station at 4:30, putting on that pot of 15 cups, which, by the way, I had until 9 o'clock, and then, man, I can't drink coffee anymore. It's bad. It's very bad. But you know, there's stuff that's got to be done. So that's what keeps me motivated is that there's just stuff.
So I'm sure you've witnessed a lot of change over those years. Could you share some insights from your unique perspective on the North Metro compared to how it looked when you took the helm?
So Champlin, Andrews Park, we're right across the street. I taught my son how to ride his bike in the huge cornfield right behind the house. Ain't no corn in Champlin anymore unless somebody's put 6 stalks in their little small garden. To watch the growth of this region has been incredible. So I told you I grew up down by the high school. We'd walk up and we'd go hunting, which we never killed anything, but we tried. Now, if I'm walking in there with a bow and arrow, I'm going to jail. There's been so much growth. And that's really been the fun part, is to watch these communities grow, to be a small part of it. And I'll tell you, the biggie is Highway 10. My God, we're almost there. And and I know Ramsey's ready, but man, I've been pushing that damn thing since, okay. I want a crossing of the Mississippi River. The very first meeting that I went to was the proposed, well, 610 was already in the books. It wasn't built, but it was there. And then brought in all the communities on both sides of the river, from Elk River all the way up to Brooklyn Park, Coon Rapids, on both sides. I'll never forget this first meeting. Real quick. So Marilyn Halsey, 18 years president, first week I was working with her, gave me 2 quibs of wisdom, and some of you have heard these. The first one is, politics is what makes the most sense rarely happens. My apologies to the politicians. Because a crossing of the Mississippi River really makes sense. And we're not there yet, although I'm hearing whispers, and we're trying. So Vikings win a Super Bowl, we get another crossing of the Mississippi, one of the two. That very first meeting, all the cities were there. Everybody on the north side of the Mississippi said, any place, anywhere, anyhow. Love that. Everybody on the other side of that river said, any place except in our city. And we're not there yet. I have hope, because Highway 10 is just about to get done. My God, the work that Coon Rapids and Anoka County has done on all of these things, and with the expansion of lanes up now to Round Lake, but most importantly, those damn lights on Highway 10 are about to be gone. And that, I can't tell you how hard and how long, we've been supporters of that, so we're very happy about that. Changes, sorry, I'm yakking. First I'm going to say what hasn't changed, and that's the connection of what Chamber is. Chamber is a connector. Whether it's business, communities, the public, churches, school districts, you name it, they're all coming to us. I tell people this all the time. We're like an octopus, and we're the head, and there's all these tentacles going everywhere. We want those phone calls. I want everybody calling Tammy or I and Nikki, because now they're talking to us, and then we create that relationship, and then we can tell them about you, meaning our members, because the members own this place. And so that connection part is solid, and it's there. The biggest change has been how we talk to our membership and to the public, and that would be with that internet thing. What a change. Man, I can remember going to the post office and bulk mails just suck. And sorting and sticking labels and counting, and oh my God, I don't miss that. And now it's all hit a button and it goes out to the cloud, and it's wonderful. But we've never lost that connection, ever. The connection is this. This isn't the internet. This is us. And the ways that we do it, we've expanded on those with the Chamber Magazine, and as many ways as we can to get the word out. That's what we're supposed to do, and that's what we do. So the connection part, it's always there, and that'll never change.
Very good. What do you see as the strengths of the Chamber today?
All right, we're going to do a quick little CO2 partners are being so impressed. We're going to do a little thing here, okay? And that's going to answer that. If you have ever been chair of the board of directors of the Chamber, would you stand and stay standing? If you have ever served on the board of directors of the Chamber, would you stand and remain standing? If you have ever been on one of the numerous Chamber committees through the years, from ambassadors to golf to gala, would you stand and remain standing? If you have ever donated, sponsored, volunteered, attended any of our Chamber events, whether that be Riverfest, would you please stand and remain standing? You know, this is one thing I used to hear from time to time, oh, it's Pete's Chamber, Pete's Chamber. God, I hated that. It's never been my chamber. Look around this room. This is your chamber. You stood up. You didn't stand up for Pete. You stood up for the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce, and that is the answer to that question.
Mic drop. So maybe motivational speaking next chapter? Okay. What advice would you give members as we move forward? Just use the chamber. And many of you do, but just our job as a chamber is to set the table of opportunity. Your job is to show up. I can't make you do it. You should do it. If you remember, you paid the money, but take advantage of it. Again, as that connector, whether it's one of our numerous networking events or the write-ups in the newsletters or any of the other pieces that we have out there, use what the chamber is. And every one of them is not going to be gold. Trust me, it just isn't. But, you know, we've got numerous opportunities for you. Take advantage of every one of them. Agree. Of course, you haven't done all this by yourself. Tell us about some of the key staff that have been a big part of the success of the Chamber over the years. Ooh, okay, I'm not dreading this. It's going to be hard. So, I was counting this morning how many administrative assistants I've had. So let's go with 38 years first. So I've got the first and the last one in the room this morning. You're going to meet them in a second. So I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've had 7 in 38 years. I'll let you decide whether that's good or not. Now, 3 of those lasted a year because they for some reason forgot that we were a non-profit organization and wanted to make more than I made, and I don't make that much, so that didn't happen, and we parted ways well. But that's incredible. And there's a reason why there's a wall between me and the front door, because these people are the people that were the first seen and the first heard, and they've been rock stars. The very first one I had is right here, Ann Madison. She, stand up and would you please recognize her? Love that woman. She is wonderful, and she has stayed connected throughout the years. I will tell you what, she is the epitome of what the Chamber's about, because if she needs a painter, she calls me up and go, who you got? If she needs somebody working heating and air, who you got? That's what we're looking for, and we tell them about Chamber members. And so, God, thank you for putting up. And you did. You put up. And then there's Flygar. What can I say? It's been such an incredible partnership. Here's the thing. Tammy knows her lane. And I'll be honest with you, a year ago when I first announced to the board, I asked her if she was interested in the job. First word was hell, and the second word did not begin with a Y. She knows, and that's not her lane. It could be her lane. She could do this, but I am so happy that, number one, you came into my life, that you came into the Chamber's life. We're such a Mutt and Jeff team. You know what you're doing. I trust everything that you're doing, and we just get it done. And you are such a huge part
the success of this place. You always throw it my way. This is team. It is a staff team, and I love you like family. You share things. She knows everything about Meg and Garth and family, and likewise, you just share some of those things, but you've been so solid. Would you stand and be recognized? Would you give that woman a round of applause? So, about 15 years ago, the Chamber Board talked about a manufacturing. We needed to do something for the manufacturers. They don't fit into some of the categories, like they didn't care about doing a write-up in the member news section. And we knew that there was a gap that was missing, so the board talked about the formation of this chamber manufacturing cohort, which, by the way, is known in Washington, D.C. and at the Capitol. And me being the smart chamber president I went to Google and I said, chambers with manufacturing groups, just to find out what was out there. And one thing came up, and it was a chamber in Iowa who was having the state of Iowa manufacturing president talk at their luncheon. There was nothing. So we decided to put something together. We ended up hiring John Letourneau as director of manufacturing, and it has been one of the best things the chamber has done. John just retired, and but that man deserves a ton of praise for all the work that you did. Plus, this guy gives to chamber so much. We have 3 a.m. stories in downtown Anoka. It's not because we closed the bars down. John and I are part of the setup crew at Riverfest. He stepped up. I was president of the chamber. I was told to be there. He was not, but he was there along with his son Mitch and his son Miles. But John, thank you for everything, man. Please stand and be recognized. You give him a round of applause. Enjoy it. And Patty, I feel for you, girl. All right. Then there's family, and I got family, and they're here today, most of them. Some couldn't be. So I got 2 older brothers, my brother Mike and my brother Bill. Their wives are here, Chris and Michelle. And apparently, if you're related, you work at chamber functions. I don't make them do it, but they do it. And this past year, I got Mike and Chris. They live out of town, but they came to the last gala. And of course, they worked. It wasn't come to the gala and just enjoy, you work. And I appreciate that. And geez, for Bill and Michelle, you're screwed, man. You live in Coon Rapids. So they have worked, I don't know how many galas and how many Riverfests, and I so appreciate you. And to my brothers, I've been watching you since I was a kid. Proud of both of who you are and what you are. Look at them. I just am. Love you both. Love all 4 of you. Would you guys stand and please be recognized?
For those of you who have been to the gala, go see my brother Bill if you are a gala winner. How you doing? So growing up in the community, I'd go introduce myself. I'm Bill Turok. Oh, are you related to Pete? Yes, I am. He's a wonderful guy. We welcome him to retirement, and we're very honored of all of the accomplishments he has done for our community, and we're very proud of him.
Thanks, Bill. Okay, then there's my family. So my son Garth, we had a big weekend. Somebody that you're going to meet here in just a little bit got baptized. And it wasn't me. I got baptized at Zion a long time ago. And you'll meet her in a second. But my son Garth, he's a petroleum engineer down in Denver. His wife Natisha and our 3 grandkids, Ann, Ashlyn, and Andre, were here for the weekend, but they had to get back, so they couldn't be here, although Garth wants to see this. And the 3 grandkids would look at this and go, what the heck? For Goofy Grandpa Pete? Anyway, Garth, love you. Natisha, welcome, and thank you for being a part of the family and the Goons. Hopefully we will get an opportunity to see you soon. My daughter Megan's here with her husband, Kevin, and a little Peanut, which we'll talk about in a second. Kevin, geez Louise, no, it's not the Lion King moment yet. We're getting there. It's, well, maybe it is. There she is. Kevin, welcome to the family. Brendan and I love you so much. And I'll tell you, this whole Turok thing ain't easy. Apparently, as you date my daughter, you're also working at the gala dinner and at Riverfest. And so Kevin did it, man. And the very first gala, I introduced him to 400 people. And I said, these are all Megan's aunts and uncles, and they're watching you, brother. Did not intimidate him at all. He is also the best bottled water salesman in the upper Twin Cities area as he's worked Riverfest. And Kevin, so glad and so happy to have you a part of our family. Whoo, then there's Meg. We are so proud of you. The woman that you are, the wife, and now the mother, we could not be more proud. Both Brendan and I. So would you three stand so I can get a break out of here? And please recognize them. Oh, jeez, and I forgot. All right. Now it's a Lion King moment. This is Haley Kay. She was born on July 1st. God's got her now as of Saturday. Thank you, Zion Lutheran Church. And she's local, man. Nothing against the three in Denver. Love them. But that little girl's going to get sick of Grandpa Pete and Creepy Pete right back there in the corner. We're so excited for your guys' future. They just bought a house here in the northern metro, so we're going to be around a lot. All right, there's one person left, and that is Brendan. So she's not here. All right. So as we're excited about retirement coming up, everybody thinks, as you should, that it's a Hallmark movie retirement. And sometimes you get thrown some curveballs. We got one of those 6 weeks ago. So she got diagnosed with cancer. Now we're going to win. We are going to win. And she's not here right now because she's over in Coon Rapids. Getting chemo. But we're going to win. We are going to win. I have no doubt that we're going to win. So our Hallmark movie, the script is being written. Production has not begun yet, but it's going to. We're going to get down to Graceland and say hi to Elvis. And we're heading down to Florida and seeing some twins. It's just not our time right now. And you know, the first thing out of her mouth when we got that diagnosis in early September was she felt bad for me because of the timing of this. Are you kidding me, woman? I love that woman. This is not easy, okay? The whole Turok bit is not easy. And then throw in being a president of a major regional chamber of commerce where so many people tug. They tug at you for this and for that. And I get it. It's part of the job. And she got that too, and it wasn't easy, but it's coming up to our time. And many of you don't know this, but 4 years ago, her mother moved in with us from Montana. She's turned 97 in July. And so there's a part that I need to get there to help, because that was 24/7, 365. And I help when and where I can, but I need to help more. So I need to get home for my girls, and I'm going to do that. So where the timing might be bad, no, the timing's perfect, because I'll be doing what I want to do. But we're gonna win it. We are. And here's the deal. This is getting taped, but God, I want to acknowledge this woman, and maybe she'll hear it in Coon Rapids, but would you all give her a big time round of applause? Thank you. Seriously, thank you. Oh, God, let's move on.
That was a tough one. Brenda, we love you. We miss you. We know you got this. No, I got to take a breath. Well, very shortly you'll be handing the leadership torch to Nikki. No more 5:30 a.m. emails. No more carting giant scissors across town. No more foregoing dinner at the gala. So would you like to leave us with any final thoughts?
I do. First, I want to pass. That's my brother's phone. I want to. You know how you passed the gavel? Darlene passed the gavel to you. I want to pass the chamber scissors. So this, I want to introduce you to Nikki Calvin. She is the new chamber president, and she's going to be phenomenal. She is. And I'll tell you, we went here. Take those, and they're very sharp. So don't be cutting fingers off. I can tell you that the board and Darlene said it that, and so did Tammy. We went through. We had 80 plus apply, knocked it down to a couple of rounds, and she was the one. And she's here. So we are in Chamber President Training Boot Camp right now. And she hasn't left yet. And if you leave, I'm still done November 14th. So please don't leave. And I am not done. So a week from tomorrow, she will officially become president, and I'm going to sit on the other side of the desk. We are seriously in the midst. There's so much to throw at her, and she's going to be phenomenal. I told somebody else this morning, I'm like an old pair of Nikes. I'm really comfortable, but I stink. And it's time for a new pair of Nikes, and they're right over there. Look, this is my third kid. I love this place. I care about this place, and I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that it works, and it will. And the reason that it will is because you all stand up, and it's your chamber, and you will stand up again. And so with that said, I feel really good about where we're at. This has got a long tradition, a proud tradition. I was recently asked in an interview about what's your legacy. God, that's such a weird question. It's not a weird question. It's a weird one to answer. To me, legacy is whatever you all think. For me, it was just about trying to keep the tradition of what this place is going and not taint it, but to try to strengthen it. And so I hope that I did that. I will be at a gala dinner down the road. It's going to be a while. I'd love to pick up the loser prize. I'd love to eat at a gala once. I'd love to play in the chamber golf tournament and lose 20 golf balls. I would love to do that. But you're not going to see me for a while. I'm here. And my God, if you're walking by, please say hello. I'd love to hear about how you're doing. But from a chamber standpoint, Dickie needs to get things rolling. And so I'm going to be behind, helping where I can. But I will be behind. And then at some point, I might sprout my head at a gala or a golf tournament. And do some of that. But I'm ready. I got to get home. I got people that need me, and I'm old. I am. It's time.
Well, Pete, thank you very much. On behalf of the members, the board, the volunteers, thank you. You are the ultimate chamber rock star. All right, I'll let you wrap it up.
Yeah, so, because I am the MC, so I'm going to close. And, we did pretty dang good, because if any of you know me, it's like, let's go. It's going to be a big year for the chamber. It's going to be a great year for the chamber. And again, thank you all, to our event sponsors, to our table sponsors, all of you for being here. God bless each and every one of you. I wish you nothing but success in your business and in your life. And just keep playing with this chamber and have it continue to do the good jobs that they do. Thank you. And again, two things. Number one, Chick-fil-A's got free stuff for you sitting on that table. Grab as you go. Secondly, if you got hardware, do not leave. Thank you so much, and God bless you all.